Yo guys, welcome back to another video. I'm like low-key so tired, so I'm not gonna eat up most of your time. But yeah, in terms of the team, we're running Brook with a Fu. We're running, of course, Uma, Ainz, Stark, Mob, and Esdef. It's been a while since we've seen Esdef. And I'd like to say that you can replace her, but she is the best option because the freeze that she's doing helps a lot. And then, of course, she applies affection, meaning your units are doing 100% more damage, during that time stop. So that's very nice. And of course, a time stop as well. So she's freezing enemies in that range for so long as well. So it's very good, it helps a lot. And you just have two at the front and then one for follow mobs. And of course, if you manage things better, your score will be a lot better than mine. But as I said, I'm so tired. I just can't be bothered right now. I just want to sleep. So please forgive me. I'll probably improve upon this strat maybe Monday or Tuesday or some shit. I don't know, man. We'll see. Anyways, yeah, let me just run for familiars real quick because I ain't gonna try to leave you guys with no info. So, as you can see, we got this one on Irons. His familiar does not matter. His damage, I didn't even max him. His damage is not all that in the run. You got Broly over here, 27, 23, and then 32. Crit chance is a little low, but it's fine. And then here, we got this one on Mob, my best one. 29, 27, 24, 26. Then we're using a C1 Doctor on our SDEF, a C4 Doctor on our Stark, so we breaking those shields. Then we've got this one on our Uma, high crit damage, high crit chance, and pretty decent damage. And then last but not least, I'm missing something. I'm not yet Fu. I'm running this Fu on my Brook, and that's it. So let's just get into it. I somehow stretched this intro to 2 minutes. I don't know how, but yeah. We did get 223 when it can be a lot higher, so that's all just for you guys to figure out. Because it's just about stalling better than me. Anyways, let's just get into this, man. Okay, so low-key, the strat, it's not too hard to follow. If you just follow my upgrade orders, it should be pretty easy to follow. My day, my mic, wait, no, my mic's connected. Okay, I thought it wasn't connected for a sec. My days. Yeah, Uma first, of course, double rest and then 2 stats. Place your irons up here. Then only using Aura of the Overlord and Aura of Despair. Of course, put the stats in again. And now in this little bend over here, of course, if you don't have enough, like the same range on my burb, then of course, you should just put him closer towards irons a bit. And if you want, yeah, you should place your Esdef here very early so you can apply affection to your mob. You'll see I have so many issues later on in the run trying to get the affection on mob. But I do get it on, but it's not as effective as I wanted it to be, you know what I mean? But yeah, you want to get Brook down over here, so at least mob and Uma is in his range. And now do these stats again. Placing a Stark here set to last, or strongest actually. Set this one to last. And leave this one here. And you set as if to strongest. Make sure that the Uma does have of course, the affection mark. I was lucky just reading it again because my brain was just like, I haven't used this in a while, you know what I mean? And yeah, you can see that as long as you have auto upgrade on mob, it's not really hard to do, you know. This mob will just get obliterated by mob. It's because he just does so much damage. I was trying a different setup with Doflamingo and stuff. Couldn't really make it work. But you guys can try it if you want. I mean, it probably could work, Loki. You know what? It probably could work. All it is just replacing mob with Doflamingo and then bringing Ace instead of Broly because you'd want to have that wanted application at all times. So there is potential for it to work if you do it right. Maybe we get Broly over here, right here. Same to last. And you can see the damage we're doing to this boss. Absolutely nutty. And yeah, it's just mob man per hit, just doing that much damage. And you can see my mob hits that bend, so if your mob does not, move him closer towards end. There's like a little placement there that you can get in. If you adjust it and just like trial and error there, you know what I mean? And here, instead of putting money into our Uma right now, we're just gonna max in Broly first. Put damage like that. Just keep doing the stuff, the stats. I oh, oh my days, mate. Oh my days. So basically, I opted out for a wave 19 domain. You guys can do wave 18 if you want, but wave 19 works fine for me. And you'll see, it does kind of contradict your run because, you know, as if store times up counts as a domain, so it kind of messes your shit up. So you can experiment with wave 19 and 18. I think 18 could work pretty well because it would mean, of course, these guys are not really affecting your shit. You don't mind me going through my burbs further on. So I was in VC with someone, they just wanted to see what I was running. And now you're trying to auto upgrade your ammo. And yeah, you can see here, I'm consistently trying to get the affection of my mob, but it just wasn't working. And the one way it's on now is the ghost, so it will just disappear. It's just annoying how it is when there's multiple units in range. Probably should just ask for a quality of life where you can just select which unit gets it. It's just a stupid mechanic they have where you just can't actually select who you give it to. Unless, of course, that unit's the only unit in range at the time. Which, that's what I was saying. To do SF at the start. It was consistently trying, it just was not working. Eventually, of course, I just gave up, but it was annoying because ideally you would want the affection to be instantly onto a mob and of course have Esdef in that placement because that placement is pretty much perfect for Esdef. And yeah, that boss gets killed off pretty easily because you got Uma just swiping in, and of course you can freeze it and you can slow it with Stark and stuff. Yeah, you have to remember that Brook is a 5 minute buff, so you have to consistently do it every 5 minutes. And yeah, once you got this as def, of course, to the Kone Wii, you just leave it there, set the closest, and she's freezing just pretty much every mob that's in her range consistently because the SP is 5.6 or 5.2 some shit. This is pretty nice. And then this one you see I placed in a way where of course mob gets the affection. And you see this is where my issue was, and my issue has been, well not at all times, it was just this run because I was tired. But yeah, you want to be making sure, yeah, that your S-Def and your Stark at the top are properly slowing, you know. My ones weren't properly slowing and freezing because of my placements are so buns. So it messed me up a shit ton, you know. And you can see there's so many times I keep trying to use it, I low-key just forgot that Broly's domain is up in it, so I just couldn't use it at all. And I even forgot what wave I used it at, so after wave 34, that's when I can use as time stop. But yeah, I'm sure you guys see what the original SDF placement would have been more ideal in terms of slowing and freezing, of course. And here I got catfished again because I low-key forgot. I tried to use the time stop. There was one more wave. But yeah, this would have been a nice time to use it, you know. You see these mobs that are about to leak? They would have just got frozen. And I use it as soon as I can, but the issue is I messed it up because I did not use it when SDF had the extra range. So yeah, the ones that leaked, it was my bad. So you want to be slowing and freezing them, of course. You can see I'm at one stock now. So it is my bad in terms of how I was stalling. Could have been stalling way more effective. So if I hit those guys with a time stop, this whole run would have been a lot different. Because I would be slowing these guys at the bottom as well. You can see how close it gets. And we do kill it off, luckily, because we do get Uma to max that. But yeah, this is where it's just about stalling, you know, once you got Uma maxed. And that's why I said, make sure you're more effective with your time stop, because it makes a big difference in terms of who you're actually freezing with it. And here you just want your kills to pour in. Ideally you want to die to the boss, but I did that to the mobs on this occasion, so it was my bad. I do plan to try to improve the strat soon, maybe on Monday or Tuesday, as I said in the intro. So yeah, please forgive me for this video. It seems like a bit of a low effort video, but I want to keep like a daily upload schedule on it. So yeah, please forgive me. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the strat. Like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace. I'll head to bed now in a bit.